Welcome back. Today I'm going to be deviating a little bit from the normal format and I'm going to be doing a simplified movement tutorial. It's going to be including Emp Sliding and Super Jump, and hopefully I'm going to be able to make it so that it's very understandable for anybody of any skill level. Up first, what we've got is an actually incredibly simple one, and it's one that people don't really realize is that easy until you figure out how to do it, and then it's like, oh my gosh, this is just incredible. I've been messing up this whole time. You'll quite frequently see super sweaty players going around the map and they'll just be running around. They'll go and they'll hop and they'll just be right up into a position where they can fire again, and they'll just absolutely murder you. So it's actually really simple how to do that. You just take your standard dolphin dive, space, and then X or Z, depending on what you press. And instead of just letting the jump finish, you're going to be hitting ADS, your ADS key, so your right mouse, or whatever it is for you, Q, depending on if you use that. So you're just going to do space, X, and ADS quickly. And then you're done, and you got it. And what that'll do is it'll cancel your downward animation for your super jump, so that you're not immediately losing that ground as fast as gravity will take you, and you're continuing your upward momentum a little bit like this. And you're just hopping right over, and then you can keep running, and then everything is super fast, and you don't have to worry about that delay of when you land on the ground. Up next we have Emp Sliding. Emp Sliding is the kind of sweaty movement that a lot of higher level players use, or even just more skilled players use, to give yourself a speedy edge. It can make you pretty much faster than melees a majority of the time, even while using a weapon. And it's pretty simple to do, especially once you grasp it. Starting off, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be sprinting, obviously. While you're sprinting, you're going to hit C, which initiates your slide. So then once you hit that, pretty much immediately after C, you're going to be hitting C and then space. And that'll immediately cancel your slide, and that'll cancel your downward momentum. So then, once your momentum is canceled, that's already giving you a good slide cancel. So if you wanted to stop there, if you can't grasp this for some reason, you can stop there, you're still going pretty fast. But if you want to continue the Emp Slide, what you're going to basically do is after you hit that space, you're going to give a slight delay, and then you're going to hit space again and shift. So what that's going to do is when you cancel your slide with space, you're going to wait a second, you're going to jump, and then you're going to hit shift, and that's going to carry on your sprint momentum. So obviously when you're doing your Emp Slide, you're going to be letting go of shift at some point. I apologize if I didn't mention that, but it's basically just going to be sprinting, see space, space, shift. And then it's just like that. The easiest way to know if you did it correctly is by going here on Metro, and you can just use these little green stands right here as a reference. Because if you hit the Emp Slide perfectly, it'll just hop right over the top. And it's a really good way of measuring like whether or not you got it accurately or not, because sometimes you're doing it and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm getting it properly, or things or stuff like that. I don't know if I'm doing it properly, but this, it's like an actual gauge. You can see exactly if you got it right. One of the things I do that makes it a lot easier to get is this is really a rhythm. You don't have to worry about trying to be the pixel perfect like inputs and be just as fast as possible. You're basically trying to hit C and space rapidly. So it's C space, not at the same time, but very close behind each other. And then there's a slight delay, and then you're hitting space and shift quickly. So one of the ways I do it is I have my thumb on C and I roll it onto space. So I hit with my thumb, I hit C with my thumb, and then roll it into space quickly, and that helps me get a rhythm, and it makes it a very rapid key press. And then you're going to wait about half a second, and then you're going to hit space and shift. So some of the things to troubleshoot is if you're going and you just kind of stop, or you're sliding and you don't jump, you hit space, you hit the second space and shift too fast. If you're doing it too fast, you're going to end up not jumping, and it's going to get frustrating because you can't really get it. If you're not jumping, you're doing it too fast. So just space out the delay a little bit more, you'll be fine. Another thing that sometimes happens is when you're going along and you're trying to get it and you jump and you don't carry on your momentum, you either A, didn't let go of shift and didn't repress shift well enough, or you're timing that shift press poorly. So make sure that you're letting go of shift and hitting shift again, and making sure that you're actually timing it correctly. So to reiterate, it's simple. It's just C space, space shift. You don't have to worry about it being super perfect, like pixel perfect. You don't have to be just mashing your keys trying to get it as perfect as possible. It doesn't have to be one key press, no matter what they say. You just got to do it quickly, establish that rhythm. It's really not all that bad once you get it. It's all just muscle. It's all just memory. That's all it takes.